So AJ, I suppose that, moving on from, the program design, you're somebody that has built up a very successful channel business at Security from startup, as you said in your introduction, over the past few years. So just love to get some of your, how did you do it? Some of your thoughts. What kind of way did you go about doing that? Because Security has really ramped up their channel over the past 2 or 3 years, and you guys are doing a tremendous job. So love to share some of how you've done it. I'm sure people will be interested.
Yeah, thanks for all of that. So, as you mentioned, sometimes you're just one person doing it, and when I started, I was. So out of the gate, I had to be extremely efficient and selective about where I spent my time, because if I just spent all my time recruiting partners without a partner program to support it, I'd sign them up and they would go away, right? So I had to kind of go, okay, I'm only going to focus on a group of essential partners, build a replicatable model with those partners, kind of, prove out a successful partner model, and then give them the minimal amount of resources they needed to make us effective with them. And then, I had a phased rollout of kind of my channel ops behind the scenes. For example, with channel mechanics, first thing we did was get the deal registrations, kind of streamlined. We just had a homegrown web form, and that did not give us a very kind of mature look as a vendor. There was no feedback loop for the partners, so they were asking for manual reports of, hey, where are my deal registrations at? What's my pipeline look like? So rolling that out first, so they had visibility. There's feedback to see what deals were approved, whether they closed won, closed lost, kind of plugged them in to us as a company. The next thing we rolled out were incentives. We started having a SPIF program, and then we rolled out certifications, and then we ultimately rolled out partner leveling with channel mechanics, where partners can actually see their progress towards their next tier, gold, platinum, et cetera, based on certifications and revenue. And at the time that I started, I did not have a channel marketing person. Now I have a phenomenal channel marketing person supporting me, produces all kinds of great content. So we put that up in the portal so that our partners have access to that co-branded collateral, marketing campaigns and whatnot. If I tried to do just one thing or everything at once, if there's no way as one person I could have succeeded it. And you have to kind of earn your resources at a small company, right? You have to generate the partner business before they're going to give you everything. I couldn't say, hey, give me a whole team of people. We haven't sold anything yet, but I promise you, we're going to. So that was really, I kind of had, I've been here 3 years now, and I pretty much had the first 2 years planned out, and the last year has been more kind of running it as a normal, maintaining a channel organization as opposed to building it at this point.
Yeah, no, that's super. Yeah, no, that's great insight, and I think kind of key takeaway there for me is you didn't try to do everything. You started with the basics of having a deal registration program, but not just a web form, something that that is responsive to partners, so they can actually see. And I would see a lot of companies make the mistake of saying, okay, we're growing, that's great, we'll continue with a web form and a spreadsheet. And then by the time their channel does start to grow, it's so hard to do that, kind of put that infrastructure in place, that I would always advise people do it early and do it right. And it's not it's not like the old days where it was a big investment. These things can be done in a relatively easy way with software and technology that's available today. So yeah, and again, I kind of heard the words there, AJ. You made it easy for your partners to work with you. That's something I would always state to companies we work with, and indeed, working with partners every single day. I always say partners have choices. They can decide who they're going to, partner with, or which vendors, products, or services, or software they're going to sell. The easier you make it for them to work with you, clearly, the better shot you have at getting to their end customers, which is ultimately where the revenue comes from. So no, that's super, AJ. Thank you.